Hi, today on Day in the Life, I'm going to teach you how to hand sew. It really comes in handy to know how to sew with your hands and not a machine. Um, so the first thing you need to do is you need to have strong thread. And you can just tell that it's strong because you can tell that it won't break very easily. And what I'm going to sew today is I'm going to sew my pixie toes. I found out about pixie toes from Carl Helms. She's a really well-known pole dancer on YouTube, and she's actually the one who got me started in pole dancing because I would watch her on YouTube. And I met her at my last pole dance camp. Pole dance camp is where students go and try to learn to pole dance from professional pole dancers. It was in the Virgin Islands, and in class I saw her wearing these, and I was like, what are those? And so they really do help, though, from getting pole burn on your feet, because when you climb the pole, you have to like wrap your foot around the pole, and sometimes if you wrap your foot around the pole too much, you'll get pole burn, kind of like I did right there, which is actually, it's actually a scab because the skin came off. So these really do help from protecting against pole burn. I got a hole in one of mine. See, there's a hole. How to hand sew. You get the thread. After you get matching thread, you want to cut it with a sharp pair of scissors. And sharp pair of scissors work better because if you have a sharp cut, there won't be extra loose ends on the thread at the very end where you need to thread your needle. And then you just thread your needle, and sometimes if there is loose ends, which there isn't really, you just kind of like put it in your mouth and then you put it through the hole. Well, it's easier if I don't hold it up to the camera too much, but and then you pull it through. And depending on how big the hole is, I usually get about one pull and then another pull about the size of what I usually go, like my arm's length, because I don't want to be going like this, because if you have too much long of a thread, it'll get tangled easily, and then you'll have to do it all over again. So to tie the knot at the end is you wrap it around your finger. You can do it once or twice. I'm going to do it twice just to make sure that it's very tight. And this comes in handy when anything breaks, and everybody knows that things break all the time. Clothing, shoes, or it's also really good to know how to customize your own clothing, and I do that a lot. So you just pull it through, and I usually sew through the knot. See, the knot is right. The knot is right there. So I will sew through that to make sure it doesn't come undone. And you just sew like this. I hope that you can see that. And you just put the next thread right next to the other one in the direction that you're going. And I usually sew a little bit past the hole, if it's a hole that I'm sewing, just to make sure that the hole will stay shut. And then I go back the other way. And I go over the knot again, and I sew through the knot to make sure that the knot won't come undone. Sometimes when you sew through the knot, it's a little bit hard to pull the needle all the way through. And then you want to tie a knot at the end, and it's the exact same knot that you do at the beginning. So you tie it around your finger, and then you pull through. You tie it around your finger, and then you pull through. Damn it. It's a little hard to do when you're holding it up to the camera. Yeah, my grandma, she taught me how to do this. My grandma Whitney. And it's come in handy since then, so there. And then you cut it right after the knot. And then you flip it back around. And then there's no more hole. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.